Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You would have noticed in the last 24 hours we have had to change our posture on the ground with the lifting of the lockdown in the Lautoka greater city area. And also you would have got news that we had that named area of interest becoming a targeted area of interest this morning. And after clearance from the health authorities, we also changed our posture there and gave them the green light in that area. There have been other areas that we've moved into in the last few hours, areas of interest where we had to close down, where one of our positive cases had traversed, and we had to shut down two of the businesses that he may have got in contact with, whilst letting the health authorities and the teams get down to finish their contact tracing. We've also had information that has come in from Wakai Island that the family that moved across, breaking the directives on inter-island movement, have not confined themselves to their house and pushing their own rights, that they have the rights to walk around the beach and all that. So they are just making matters worse for themselves, and they're becoming very irresponsible. So we've had to contact them again, and that just opens up more issues for them that we'll be dealing with at the end of their quarantine period. So I keep reiterating what the Honourable Prime Minister said, and what the health authorities have been telling us about being responsible. We have a fluid situation that we have, and that will dictate the posture that the police force adopts, and also with the other disciplinary services that are working with us. You would understand that we had people in the lockdown area that came in from the Asawas and the Mamanudas that need to go back into other parts of the country. We will allow that one-time movement. We're coordinating with the Navy, that they go back now that the blockade in lockdown in Lautoka has been lifted. And also some of the hotel workers that were out in the islands that need to get back home to Lautoka, that will be a one-time movement as well. But however, we have Cyclone Harold coming our way, and the Navy is advising them on when the weather is conducive for them to make that travel. Otherwise, operations continue as normal. The cyclone will come, and we'll ride it out and we'll pass. But COVID will remain with us. And there are still people that are breaking the curfew and still getting into these little get-togethers that they are doing, that we are still arresting. People must understand we're dealing with a virus and a life and death situation if we look at the global trends that are happening now. It's no ordinary curfew or no ordinary lockdown. We have a very fluid situation, a dynamic situation that's evolving all the time, and we all need to play our part in dealing with it. Do you have any questions?
So with the lifting of the lockdown of the Greater Lautoka area this morning, there have been people sitting around the mall and loitering around Lautoka city. Just in terms of police operation, will there be an increase in visibility of police personnel on the streets of Lautoka?
Operations doesn't change. That visibility remains. You need to inform us of that so we can go out and deal with it.
Kompol, what of the men that traveled in from Uruguay? Have you been able to question him, or is he still with health authorities? How did he get into Lautoka? And do you think others would have taken the same route in?
Yes, we believe there are others that may have utilized the same type of modus operandi that he utilized in getting in. There were rumors that people were being taken across on horseback and also traversing the highlands. We arrested 2 people last night trying to get across the Suva blockade through the Wailoku Hills. There are people out there who keep trying to exploit the situation that we have to their own benefits, selfish people. Yes, we're waiting for that particular person to be cleared by health authorities, and we're eagerly awaiting that to happen so we can deal with him.
So what about people who were supposed to be in self-quarantine and had breached that? and have been cleared of self-quarantine, will police has police actually questioned them?
If they've been cleared of self-quarantine by the health authorities, if they've done wrong, if they've breached their quarantine, yes, we're waiting for that clearance to happen before we can finish that process. They've been warned. We've noted what the breaches that they have done, and we're just waiting for that period to finish, and we'll continue. Like I alluded to in the Wakaya case, we're waiting for that 14 days to be completed before we get down with dealing with that particular family.
Sir, your police officers have been hard at work since the lockdowns have started happening. What's the morale within the force at this point in time, sir?
I can say the morale of the police force is at one of its highest. We are happy to be out there. That's what we signed up for, to serve the people. You know, there's a cyclone coming. You'll see the tents being struck down soon. But we'll ride out that cyclone with raincoats out there to look after everyone.
Sir, given the pressure that you're under, your staff must be tired of dealing with people who just won't listen. We've had some concerns come up by social media, allegations that teenagers or young boys may have been, treated physically, beaten up, assaulted by police officers. Have you received any complaints to that effect?
No, we haven't, and that's what we keep reminding our officers, that they should be able to sustain themselves for these long operations. And that's what we in the leadership positions continue to visit them and remind them about their calling of serving the people. If there's any such allegations, please let me know. We will deal with that in the right way. But I haven't been alerted to any, and I'd be very devastated if I find out that someone has abused their powers in that way.
Out of the 500 arrests made by police since day one in lockdown areas, has any one of them been convicted so far?
I'll have to check the court records for you, but I know there are a few people that have been convicted and fined. I won't be able to give you the exact numbers to that.
Some of the security officers working last night, they've been told by police in checkpoints to provide approvals, approval letters from police. Is there a change in?
No, there has been no change. There are numbers that I've said before, and I will say again, that has been advertised on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook on police pages. They need to call those numbers. There might be a confusion at the checkpoints. All they need to do is call those numbers, and it'll be sorted out.
So, what about the flight attendants who were alleged to have broken their self-quarantine period? Any update on that? Police had been investigating it. If there's any update on that, sir? As
you understand, there's a number of them. It is not a small group. It is a group of about 30 plus people we're dealing with here. An investigation has to be done meticulously. At the end of the day, we'll be producing that in court. So that's ongoing. We're getting towards the end of it.
Just finally, sir, the Lambasa Swaso man, he also allegedly breached his self-quarantine. Once he's cleared by the health ministry, what's the status from police? Will they investigate him allegedly breaching his self-quarantine period?
Certainly. We're looking forward to that time when it's completed, and for few of the victims as well that haven't been honest in their declarations and their divulgence of information to the health authorities, and also breaking those quarantine regulations they were given.
So any update on the investigation in the Ministry of Health in regards to the leaking of the names of patients 6 and 7?
Yes, we are getting towards the end of that. We've taken in a few officials that have been questioned overnight and released, but we're confident we'll get to the source of that leaked document. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Honorable Minister for Health and Dr. Elisha, we thank you again. Pinaka.